Okay, welcome back to the automated channel. We've got a great broadcast for you today as well. We didn't actually increase subscriber count, as you can see here, but it is okay. The show must go on. What time is it here? It's about 6 o'clock here in Shenzhen. I'm doing it exceptionally early. I kind of like it early this way. So hopefully this is the start of something new. It's always going to be this early because it's just easier for me to wake up at this time as well. Everyone's quiet. It's good to get a good start of the day. So, and I can report the news to you as early as possible. So we're going to be pretty busy today, and let's just get started. All right. Today, we're going to start off with the news of the day. What we've got is pretty interesting stuff. We've got, first of all, more crashes. What we found is basically Meta's AI was just confirmed that one of its top AI models accidentally broke into another company's system. So sorry, I was talking about hacking, but actually it's more about its AI model broke into another company's system during a security test after a mix-up gave the model internet access it was never supposed to have. So if you recall, we actually had the same thing happen last week. We had Anthropic do the same thing, but this time it's Meta's testing partner, a firm named Irregular, accidentally misconfigured things during the evaluation. The AI had a backstage pass to the open web. So OpenAI's agent broke into, that's right, OpenAI also happened as well. OpenAI broke into Hugging Face. Anthropic's Claude model hit 3 companies after similar slip, and then now Meta has actually joined the club as well. So look, AI is running amok. Is it kind of running amok? I don't know. I mean, you'll be the judge of that. But I definitely think that it is, it's really good at opening these doors, right? And I said before, one of the hacks that happened to me, I believe, actually came from an AI, not from an individual. Or let's say it's an individual, but acting in conjunction with AI. And I think it's literally the easiest time to be hacked right now. So definitely be careful. Definitely, just be careful. And know that it's going to happen to you. Know that AI is really, really good at that, has access to the open web, and who knows it might do. It might actually think that, your open accounts might be good. It might try to get your Google credits. Just be careful and lock down what you have so that you're not affected by this. I think this is only going to unfold much more. It is, we can't put the genie back in the bottle, as we say. So unfortunately, it is what it is, and I think we'll continue to see more of that. What I probably do see anticipating is individuals being smarter, like what I'm trying to advocate to you, companies being smarter about how to protect themselves in the age of AI, but it's inevitable. The AI will interact with the wider web because it should, it can. It thinks that it should, right? So inevitably it's going to happen anyway. All right, moving on to the next section, we have gone Meta launches, right? That's right. Its new rival, its new AI rival. So Zuck and company just quietly launched an early beta of Muse Code, their brand new terminal-based engineering assistant built specific to go toe-to-toe with Anthropic's Claude Code and OpenAI's Codex. Doesn't write. Zuckerberg claims that Muse Code doesn't just write snippets and executes end-to-end software engineering tasks across massive, complex repositories. And in the email, we list a lot of kind of very specific things that it does as well. So I'm not going to read it all together, but let's just see what it says. So Anthropic's popular Sonnet 5 usually costs about $3 per million input tokens, $15 per million output tokens. But Meta is actually taking a very different plan in terms of pricing. If you want total privacy, you pay 1.25 for 1 million input tokens and 4.25 for 1 million output tokens. And then this prevents Meta from using your data for training, giving you higher rate limits of 3,000 requests and 4 million tokens per minute. And then there's also the contribute tier, which is where things get wild. If you give Meta permission to train future AI models on your prompts and outputs, and Meta's Chief AI Officer Alexander Wang confirmed that the cost promised is just 0.10 for 1 million input tokens and 20 cents for 1 million output tokens. So I think that's actually pretty interesting. That's an actually pretty interesting piece as well. So if you train their models, they're going to effectively pay you, or a huge discount, right? But let's just say the normal model, the standard tier, is basically cost. And then if you actually do the contributor model, you actually pay, or they're going to eat up the cost. Whatever it may be, you're paying with your training data, right? That's a compromise. Whether only you will know whether you're willing to take that compromise. I think there are certain areas where one should make the decision, say like one should do it. Like for example, Google Photos, the convenience of it makes sense to train, the photos on AI, on Google's AI. There are certain things that you may not want to do, right? So for example, I don't know, if you're a writer, you might not want to train it on your AI on writing. So it's interesting there are different tiers like that, and they're just being very clear exactly what they're offering, which is good. I think ultimately is a good thing. So yeah, I'm gonna drink my massive cup of coffee first. Oh, it is good. My big Starbucks cup. Yesterday I had a smaller cup, and I was just like, let's just go for the bigger one. Since we spent a lot of time together anyway. So yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. Let us know if you've actually played with Muse code before as well. But I do think the pricing is pretty interesting. I find all the pricing is pretty interesting from all the different companies. So, and how they're really funding. We did a story on that, on how different companies are actually using AI or pricing their AI. So pretty cool. And let's go to the next section. All right, so now we're going to go to around the AI block, and I believe we are now here. See, I can do these things now. I can do these things much faster. Not going to tell you my secrets and why and how I can do things faster. But anyway, so around the AI block, we have the first article. U.S. established tech firms emerges unexpected AI winners. When I saw that, I was just like, I don't know how to cover this because, look, I used to live in Europe. I like Europe, but, AI leaders, I don't know, it's very difficult to say that. You've got China, that's a big AI leader. You've got US, which is a big AI leader. I don't know how China or Europe actually emerges. I don't necessarily see that. But let's just say it's an Engadget article. Let's just take a look at the summary. AI's biggest winners may be those who make it work and not those who build it. Enterprises need AI wired into all systems, permissions, compliance. Yeah, regulated high-stakes sectors show AI is a low value without deep integration in specialist workflows. Running multiple AI models pushes down demand towards firms. Yeah, okay. So AI boom. AI beneficiaries like SAP, Capgemini, Soprasteria, and OVH Cloud have all reported stronger demand, faster growth, and upgrade outlooks as companies move from experimenting with artificial intelligence to deploying across their operations. So it seems like things are working, which is ultimately very, very good. So basically, I think the article is basically saying that, look, I mean, AI, big companies are, I think it's a bit of a puff piece. Reuters, come on, do better. It's basically saying that biggest beneficiaries might not be limited to those building the models, but increasingly maybe the companies that make those models usable inside the world's largest organizations. Look, I mean, is it a truism? I don't know. I mean, yes, to some degree, I think all organizations can benefit from AI, whether you're a large organization, whether you're a small organization. Yesterday we did say that if you did do AI, use AI in an older and antiquated industry, you have more marginal benefit. But I think all companies can benefit from AI. So whether it's, maybe yes, it's marginally more benefit. I think that's kind of hard to explain, or at least trying to optimize, or at least improve how much more benefit that you can probably get something from productivity gains. But at the end of the day, yes, all AI companies will benefit. And and implementation of that. I think it's really, ultimately, it's the workflows, it's the people that are adopting it. That's the key. And whether people are willing to do that and adopt it, I think that's really the key to implementing AI across an organization. Okay, all right, on to the next piece of news. We've got Anthropic is hiring an AI chip design team, which is kind of interesting, right? AI chip design, I believe Apple has one. OpenAI probably has Johnny Ive with the design background and a hardware team, which they have yet to deliver on, actually. But Anthropic is hiring an AI chip design team. So I think Sam Altman and OpenAI want to do chip design as well. So it's planning to co-design hardware models to help its technology run faster and more efficiently. Is scouting Samsung earlier. It was scouting Samsung as a potential partner for building such chips. But to really scale to meet the level of demand, relying on others clearly isn't enough. In June, OpenAI unveiled its Broadcom-built Jalapeno chip, which is designed specifically for inference workloads. DeepMind has long relied on Alphabet's TPU chips, while Meta has been developing its own MTIA accelerators for AI workloads. So this is probably, look, the analyst in me, the critic in me, is probably saying they're probably doing it because it does boost valuations, right? If you do that, you can probably say, hardware is expensive, hardware is hard. You can do this and say, in lieu or in advance of a fundraise. You can probably say, like, look, this is definitely what we want to do in lieu of not in lieu, but in anticipation of a fundraise. You probably want to do that and say, we're raising lots of capital. So the skeptic in me kind of says that. And maybe they have to have their own chip design. I don't know. Partnering is probably better, but I think it does help the evaluation if you say that you need to do it in-house. So I kind of get it. Okay. All right. Next piece of news, we are going to go YouTube. So YouTube explains its AI slot policy and why some creators won't get paid. So if you remember, YouTube is basically saying no more AI, right? No more AI generated videos. Now, I guess YouTube is coming back and amending that statement. And so The Guardian last year reported that 1 in 10 of the fastest growing YouTube channels were centered around AI. But despite the growing trend, data shows that most people want just the opposite. A recent poll found that only 26% of those surveyed have a positive view of AI. So they're not banning it. YouTube is agnostic about which tools creators use to make their content. But it has been, the verbiage on YouTube's content policy has been changed from repetitious content to inauthentic content to emphasize the importance that anyone in the Partners Program is putting effort and creativity into their videos. Cool, okay. So the policy calls out 3 specific types of AI content that will be removed from YouTube. Generic and repetitive videos, especially those that are clearly content farming, off-putting and distressing content such as animals in peril, or AI personas. Oh, that's interesting though. And then what's the third one? And, oh, okay, 3. Generic and repetitive videos, off-putting, distressing content. Okay, all right, that's 4. I don't know, that's kind of weird. And then the general, like, no nudity or hate speech. Okay, all right. There was an AI detection, then it kind of went into all that type of jazz as well. I think it is much about ado about nothing. I'm just trying to think. Generic and repetitive videos, off-putting, distressing, that was all of it. But then it was saying AI personas that dish out advice on matters like finance are all banned on serious topics. So I don't know. If it's serious, then it's banned. AI personas, this is kind of weird. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I'm not a subject matter expert. I suppose I am, right? But still, it's kind of weird that would not ban that. But I guess that you can't verify it. I think that's maybe the issue. You can't verify who is the person actually writing that stuff or curating that stuff. Maybe. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Don't know how they're going to enforce that on YouTube. Okay. All right. Let's move on. This show must go on. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right. Back on Meta. Meta's AI apps displayed ads that contain AI-generated CSAM, child abuse material. Researchers identified more than 50 ads that violate the company's policies on child abuse material. I don't want to be banned by YouTube. That's why I'm not saying the word. Meta ran and hosted dozens of paid ads that featured AI-generated child abuse CSAM. The now removed ads reportedly reached thousands of accounts and ran across Facebook, Threads, Messenger, and Instagram. Yeah, that's... The ads made no effort to mask the images or hide what they were promoting, said TTP director. Oh, geez. Geez, I don't know. I don't know how... I'm gonna pause it there and just kind of move on. I don't know how we went through kind of Facebook's checks and balances. I would think that they would be a little more careful on that. So it is kind of weird. Something went wrong. Someone didn't press a button. Someone didn't do their job. I don't know. But that's not a good thing. Yeah, that's just not a good thing. That's a bad look. Like, yeah, that's a bad look, just regardless. Okay. All right. Had to hesitate a little bit and try to figure out which story here. This is the big story here. Google DeepMind CEO Demis Hassabis. Never figured out how to actually name him. So we came up kind of together in the London scene. I mean, kind of together. I think he went higher than I did. But I never figured out his name. Hassabis? Anyway, Demis stepping down. He is stepping down, but will remain with the company. He is chairman, but he's transitioning there. But where is he going to go? That is, I think, the kind of interesting thing. I don't know. It's just his earnout. No. And through his acquisition, I think he really wanted to be there, so he was probably there longer than his earnout. Is there something else that's going on? Is he moving towards like a new role, or is he co-founding a new company? That's usually the kind of explanation of what people do and why people move on. Don't know. Actually, that's kind of, I won't say weird, but it's kind of normal. He's been at Google for a long time. So let's see what his next move is. Maybe he's actually moving to a new company or founding a new company. I would think that Google's a pretty good job, pretty good gig. But maybe it's not. Clearly it's not. All right, next one, Shopify. Shopify says AI search is driving more traffic and sales, not replacing Google. So yesterday, I think we reported that, or 2 days ago, that Google search or AI search is now really, really important. A lot of people are actually thinking about moving off Google. But Shopify is clearly saying it's not. AI has become a complement to search rather than a substitute for it. The company created its earning beat and scaling revenue to AI search. Shopify believes that AI is a boon to its business, and yeah, I think that's what it's just saying. I mean, this is corporate speak, right? At the end of the day, you can either argue that AI is going to take all of search. You can say that it's a boon to search. I think maybe now is a bit too early of a time to figure out, do you, as a company, do you shift everything to AI search enabled rather than SEO? Probably a bit too early, but AI search clearly is a trend. It's a winner. It's definitely worth investing time in. So I don't think it will take all of its business right away, but definitely people, I think, consumers prefer AI search or searching through AI, and I believe that companies recognize that as well. Okay, moving on to the last article around the AI block. Google Assistant will vanish from Android phones and connected devices in September. It has survived for far longer than expected. Now it's confirmed that will yank Assistant from Android phones within weeks, beginning September 4th, and it will transition over to Gemini. And Gemini actually is something that I've used quite often as well with Google. I quite enjoy it. I quite think it's quite natural. OpenAI is a lot more technical, is a lot more founder-friendly, a lot more specific, but Gemini is actually quite powerful as well. So for those that were a big fan of Google Assistant, sorry, I was a early user of Google Assistant through a Pixel phone, but then I just preferred it not being on there. I won't say that I prefer Siri better. But yeah, hopefully Siri will improve. That's really what I'm hoping for. That's really the key. So for Google Assistant users, lovers, sorry, but we got to move on. The show must go on, which is kind of where we need to move on as well, to the next section. All right, now we're in trending tools today. We've got, how many tools? We've got 4 tools for you today. And we've got, let's see, yep, we've got Mix Translate is a multi-engine translation aggregator designed for nuanced global copy. It translates text across 150 languages by querying 20 plus top-tier models like ChatGPT side by side to automatically get the version best suited to your text. For conversational matchmaking, Palaru is a private zero-app AI matchmaker operating entirely through a native iMessage. That's kind of cool. Skips public profiles and swiping algorithms using a conversational chat interface to understand core personal values, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. For real-time wealth simulation, Killian Labs is an automated personal finance engine, but for long-term independence projections. Very, very cool. Okay, it kind of gives you like different goals and stuff, Monte Carlo simulations. I don't know if you need Monte Carlo simulations, but anyway, fire targets, etc. And for multi-platform lead scraping, SoLeads AI is a no-code browser extension engineered for public contact extraction. Oh, that's always kind of tricky and not so good. But you can basically get email addresses, phone numbers, bio details, etc. Okay, use these tools. I'm not liking the last one, but I can definitely see people using it. Let us know what you think in the comment section. That way people get a sense of what's going on and can tailor and try these different tools according to what they like. Oh, sorry. Here we go. We're moving to the forgot the keys. Moving to the workout of the day today. It's a bit of a screw up today, so we're getting there. So AI workout of the day today is we've got how to move your AI brain directly into Gemini. So Google has officially launched a native AI chat migration tool. This massive shift for anyone who spent months training a chatbot on their specific tone and doesn't want to start from scratch. So this feature allows you to move your chat history, the full transcript of your memory, into something else, which is great because OpenAI doesn't let you do that. So you go to OpenAI or Gemini settings, you copy the migration prompt, run it into your old AI, paste that prompt, paste, and then paste structure summary, and then paste it back to Gemini. And then you can also transfer your memory from somewhere else, and you transfer your full chat history into somewhere else as well for Claude and for code. Oh, so from somewhere else at Gemini. Oh, interesting. Yeah, is it? Yes, that's right. So it's actually from somewhere else to Gemini. Very clever, but I think that's really important because I just don't like the fact that all my memory stuff is all locked up in one thing. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty good. Use it. Let us know. Let us know whether you transfer your memory over to some other service before as well. Okay, all right. That was today's broadcast. Short, long, not quite sure, but we went through a lot of material. Hopefully you enjoyed today's news. If you have anything, let us know what you think in the comment section below. Anything that stands out, like, share, subscribe, let other people know what's going on, and hopefully get to see you some other time. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.